Random Horror Show presents Spooky Reads. Hello, everyone. This is Keisha Lacey, and welcome to the last really banger of Spooky Reads segment. Now, I'm stepping in for Matt Micheli because he played his own game. Curiosity ate the cat. So I have to send reinforcements to the netherworld. He's running around somewhere. He's been missing for weeks now. So sending reinforcements, letting him know, like, hey, let him go. Don't grind his bones or nothing like that. Don't be chunking him in the barn. Don't be putting him on the side of the road, because we need him. We need him to write more dark horror, splatterpunk, supernatural, like novels that he does. And he's also a two-time guest on the Random Horror Show, promoting Pornageddon, a very just great, I mean, literally just snatched all my little edges. That's the reason why I cut all my hair off. Just good and evil, all in a good old porny way. Love that story. Also, The White Scratched, 2 Minutes of the Devil, which is very praised and known within the literary world. And also, he has written two short novellas over Halloween. And this one I'm reading is from Halloween Story 2. And you can purchase that on Kindle and Amazon Kindle, and the little paperback. So it is a wonderful read. It is like so amazing. But I'm going to be reading one of my favorite ones out of Halloween Story 2, which is Lights Out. Now, Halloween is just around the corner, and I know y'all are going to be handing out candy to those nice, cute little trick or treaters with all their wonderful costumes. But this is a cautionary tale. So, when your trick or treaters are coming around, I want you to make sure you have your lights on because you never know. You might get some special trick or treaters. They may not be getting candy. And these trick or treaters do not play whatsoever. So I am reading Lights Out. The boys stopped and looked at the one-story house with painted white brick nestled back behind a few trees in the darkness. The front porch lights were off, but there was a flickering glow throughout the windows from either a TV or some candles, which meant someone was home. The boys looked at each other and nodded in an unspoken agreement before walking from the street and down the long cement driveway towards the house. Let's hope this one is better than the last, the ninja said. That last asshole wouldn't even open the door. He-Man smiled, thinking about the man's petrified look when their eyes met through the window. At least we gave him a good scare. Yeah, the ninja said before glaring at his friend. But scares just don't cut it, and we're almost out of time. He-Man's smile reverted as he looked at the driveway in front of him, his mind far away from there. Everything felt like a repeating blur in continuous loops, leaving him feeling lost and sad. He couldn't tell what was the past or present or reality or a dream. All he knew that he and his friends felt compelled to walk that long driveway up to the house with no lights on, as if powerlessly drawn to it like a moth to a light. The ninja and the gremlin approached the front door at the brick house and walked up 2 steps and up to the door with He-Man a couple steps behind. With their ears to the door, they heard a man and a woman inside being playful, the woman giggling. The gremlin and the ninja eyed each other and their lips curling into malicious, eager grins. The ninja raised his left eyebrow, which he always thought looked cool and distinguished, eyeing both of his friends and knocking three firm knocks. Trick or treat! With each knock, He-Man saw the flashes of another time, another life, another door, fragments of memories from a Halloween long ago that never ended. The inside of the house went quiet. The boys waited. A sedan passed along the road behind them, low bass thumping through its closed windows. After a few seconds, He-Man started giggling, followed by the other two boys. They didn't quite grasp what was about to happen or how they felt in that moment, but there was something about the anticipation, the build-up, when they stood in front of that front door that left them warm and giddy. The ninja knocked loud again. This time, the gremlin said with the words a little louder than the ninja had. Trick or treat! They couldn't contain their excitement, snorting and laughing through the wide grins inside of the house, staying still and quiet. They couldn't. Go, dude, the gremlin instructed He-Man. He-Man was always a little slower to act than his buddies. He lifted his fist but then refrained from knocking, as his stomach tightened from a real bad feeling he couldn't place. Are you sure you want to do this? We have to, said the ninja. We have no choice. He-Man took a deep breath, swallowed down whatever reluctant remained, ready, knowing his friend was right. There was no choice. Whatever was about to happen was beyond his control. It was fate, if there was such a thing. Trick or treat, He-Man said with a more serious tone than the prior calls. Inside were footsteps, and then the unlocking of a deadbolt and the opening of the door. As the door opened, He-Man saw the older, with thinning silver hair and hate in his eyes, who seemed all too familiar, which made him gasp and caused the soft hairs on his back of his neck and arms to rise, before realizing there was no man, only a pretty brunette woman who was little younger than their mothers. The woman saw the boys and yelled back into the house, It's just some kids! Before turning towards the little annoyances and standing there with an inquisitive look on her face, her eyebrows squeezing towards the center. Her hair was in a loose bun. She smelled of coconut milk and lavender and had remains of black eye makeup that didn't fully wash off from the costume she adorned earlier. Maybe a witch or a vampire. Her practically see-through satin nightgown that barely covered her naughty bits was wrinkled and crooked, having been quickly tossed on to answer the door. Her skin gleamed from a mixture of sweat and massage oil. She cocked her head, thrown off a little by the costumes that were popular when she was young. Sorry, kids. Allowed candy. But cool costumes, though. She gave the boys a half smile and a wink. The boys stood there, staring directly at her, unflinching. It was if a switch had gone off when the door opened, and the boys had become something different entirely. The ninja said, slowly and deliberately, trick or treat. Thank you all so much for listening to Lights Out with Matt Micheli as I step in, even though I do not have the really sexy, husky voice. But just imagine him reading that right there. And you can purchase A Halloween Story 2 on Amazon and Amazon Kindle. And also go check out his website, mattmicheli.com. He is amazing. He is wonderful. He is such a great person and had the pleasure of meeting him. But again, thank you all for joining for Spooky Reads on the Random Horror Show. And I want y'all to come back because We're going to have some more amazing horror, indie horror writers from the supernatural, from different genres, subgenres. And be careful who you open your door to. And please let the lights stay on.